The gold maple leaf from the Royal Canadian Mint is the best looking, widely available gold coin. That's my opinion, at least. If you're looking for the best gold coin to buy, well, there are different factors for different people, but we're making a case for the gold maple leaf. It turns out to be a pretty easy case. The gold maple leaf was my first 1 ounce coin. I went into a local shop to buy an American gold eagle and walked out with the gold maple leaf. It's just a really striking coin. I'm going to get into why there's a lot more to it than looks alone, but before I do, the Royal Canadian Mint asked me to say a few words about the coin. It's an honor to have them ask, but I'm not going to tell you anything I don't already think. That's pretty easy and kind of fun because I like this particular coin and the program behind it so much. I just want to be clear, this video is sponsored by the Royal Canadian Mint. I'm going to get into my personal thoughts here and back them up with a few facts and features without any spin or hype. I'm just going to point out what makes the coin such a good universal choice and why I like it personally. The main reason I like the gold maple leaf is pretty basic. I like shiny things, but this particular shiny thing has always stood out to me. I think it's the best looking, readily available gold coin, but let's come back to that because I wouldn't be interested in stacking it if it wasn't popular. I think that's the top priority. I've never found a case where maple leaf wasn't a top 3 coin, meaning if you're in the middle of the United States or in Europe or just about anywhere in the world, a gold maple leaf is going to be on the local population's shortlist. I think this is pretty well known, but the gold maple leaf is one of the top selling gold bullion coins in the world, has been since its launch in 1979. The Royal Canadian Mint sells more than a quarter of all gold bullion coins worldwide. It's pretty wild. And the 2 coins that compete with it for sales volume, the American Gold Eagle and the South African Krugerrand, are both 22 karat. So if you're looking for liquidity in a country that taxes 22 karat gold or a region with a strong preference for 24 karat gold, the Krug and the Eagle would be a lot less popular. I should explain the 24 karat origin and why that's important. The Royal Canadian Mint is responsible for the move to pure gold bullion. The Krugerrand, which was the first modern bullion gold coin, is 91.67% pure gold. A 1 ounce gold Krugerrand still has 1 ounce of pure gold, but it has copper added. The Eagle, 91.6% as well, and it has silver and copper added. That's what gives them the different color. The Royal Canadian Mint created the case for pure gold coins. They were the first mint to produce 3/9 fine gold coins way back in the 1960s. In 1982, they were the first to produce 4/9 fine gold coins. This gold maple leaf here is 4/9 fine. And they were the first to produce 5/9 fine gold coins. Kind of feels like they're showing off. But if purity is important to you, the gold maple leaf is your clear winner. The other thing the Royal Canadian Mint introduced is advanced security features. The radial lines on the new coins are machined to tolerances in the micron territory. That alone would make creating a passable fake a huge effort. But they took it further, adding a mini leaf mark micro engraved with the laser. So if you were to look at it under magnification, you'd see a mini leaf inside the mini leaf and then the year the coin was minted. You can verify that on the spot. If you take it to a participating dealer, they could even further verify each coin using a bullion DNA reader, which is basically a scanner that can check the mint mark against a database to remove any possible question. The technology there is impressive, but honestly, I'm probably comfortable calling one of these coins authentic long before any scanning would be needed. To me, the features visible to the eye tell me what I need to know. Regional bias is the only thing I'd list as a potential con. American Gold Eagles and American Buffaloes are minted here in the United States. I don't think either coin is as nice as gold maple leaf, and they're more expensive since premiums on Eagles and Buffaloes here are typically around 2% higher, but you can't win them all. Unless you're watching this from Canada, in which case it's also the most popular because it's the only coin in the realm. If this wasn't a consideration, this would be a really short video. You'll hear gold is gold from people now and then, but I don't believe that at all, especially not at scale. When I'm buying, I want the most popular, the most trusted option. I don't want to be at a disadvantage in a sale, so I really only buy 3 coins over and over: the Eagle, the Buffalo, and the gold maple leaf. Now, the part that I probably raced over is the price. The gold maple leaf is my lower cost choice of the 3. I can usually buy them for 2 to 3% cheaper than an Eagle or a Buffalo, and I can sell them for 1 to 2% less. So they're cheaper if I'm holding them forever, and they have a lower buy to sell spread if I do sell. If you're in it for cost, this is an easy choice. Everything I just said about price on 1 ounce coins is multiplied if you're buying fractional. Fractional coins are probably more accessible to most people because of the lower unit price, but you need to be careful about premiums since they're considerably higher than premiums on 1 ounce coins. If you want to buy 1/10 ounce gold coins, for instance, a gold maple leaf can typically be found for 15%, while an American gold eagle is more typically 22%. Now, your mileage will vary, of course, depending on where you're buying, but it's safe to say you can find fractional gold maple leafs quite a bit cheaper. So these coins are a solid choice from an objective perspective. Add subjective to the mix, and I think that they're also the best looking. If I lived in Canada, this would be the only coin I'd buy. Since I don't, it's one of 3. And put all that together and ask which is my favorite, though, it's the gold maple leaf. Call it good there. Thanks again to the Royal Canadian Mint for sponsoring this. Let us know what your favorite all-around gold coin is. If you're from the Royal Canadian Mint, I have a guess which you're choosing. For the rest of us, where does the gold maple leaf fall on your list? Let us know. And while you're in the comments, be sure to hit that like button if you found any of this interesting. Be sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on if you'd like to see more on the topic. And if you're still here, thanks again for watching. I always appreciate your time. Take care.